Greece, Athens. And that
Athenian legislator.
Okay.
where he can totally rule, he can totally control. That's what he wants. So that's it.
So now let's go back to, finish reading Draconian.
Okay.
Draconian comes from Draco, the name of a 7th century BC Athenian legislator who created a written code of law.
You hear the term Athenian, you should think Edomite, because the Athenians were the so-called Greeks, and the so-called Greeks were the Edomites. So Athenian, that was a city in Greece, Athens. And that city appears a lot during the time of the Apostle Paul. Okay? So, go ahead. We had a lot of Israelites living in Athens, Greece. Go ahead.
Draco's code was intended to clarify existing laws, but its severity is what made it really memorable. According to offenses, and
so if I may say so, let's say you, when they set up this New World Order, if you commit the smallest of infractions against the New World Order, you're susceptible to be put in a guillotine. Right? That's where it's coming to. That's draconian.
Right.
That's severe. That's excessively harsh. You know? So this is where we're heading, man. Some of you jump on, what about the Constitution? Well, like George Bush said, George Bush Jr., it's just a goddamn piece of paper. That's what he said.
And under martial law, the Constitution is suspended.
Yeah.
What you're going to get is, martial war, the law of war. Which is a lot of, you're going to be summarily put to death.
But now,
when the Constitution was created for rich so-called white men.
Right.
At the time it was created, you were in slavery. Our forefathers were in slavery, man. So the Constitution ain't really for us. And even in the song Spirits in the Material World, there's a line in the song where, what's his name, Sting, he goes, have no faith in Constitution. There's no bloody revolution. We are spirits in the material world. So even in that song, man, have no faith in Constitution. The real Constitution is these scriptures. That's our Constitution. Okay? And I think the word Constitution, I think it means join with. Con means with, institution means to join. So we're joined to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This knowledge, this truth is our real Constitution, not the so-called white man's Constitution. That's it.
all right, it says Draco's code was intended to clarify existing laws, but its severity is what made it really memorable. According to the code, even minor offenses were punishable by death, and failure to pay one's debts could result in slavery.
This is happening in America, man.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. You have something called what is it called? The debt clock. Now, when you go to the debt clock, they break it down for you. They tell you how much money each family owes.
Yep.
Who do you owe the money to? Them top banking families. So what happens when you can't pay the money? They have the right to take you,
Yep.
right? Because you're their property. The fact that America has a debt clock proves that the people, the citizens, are the property of the bankers. Because all that money is owed to the bankers. And they created the debt to keep you in slavery. How's that scripture go? The lender, the servant, no, the
borrower
is
servant to the lender, right?
So that's why they created the debt. And then that's a prophecy. Laden himself with thick clay.
Right.
And it was, Pastor Howard went into the word thick clay, the Hebrew word there is abatya, which means debt. Right. So why did Esau create the debt? To have us in slavery, perpetual slavery. Right. That's another example. People talk about they're free.
Baruch, you shall be subject to payments.
I'm talking about you free. You're not
tax
free.
this, fine that, this, that. Get a ticket, gotta pay it. You don't pay it, you take your car.
Yeah.
Child support, they lock your ass up, and suspend your driver's license. That's getting into the draconian laws. So don't be surprised if in 2024 you see the laws starting to change. And like I said, in martial law, the Constitution is out the window. they're gonna apply military law.
Right.
Which is, it's a lot of, it's not gonna be, well, we're gonna put you in a death row. They're gonna summarily put you to death. Summarily mean, matter of fact, look it up. Summarily put to death.
Matter of fact, if I may add to what Apostle was saying, if you go back to the Twilight Zone, we had the episode, what is it, The Obsolete Man, which is probably the most best episode that series ever made, with Burgess Meredith. There's a scene where the Chancellor, right? The Chancellor is supposed to represent the New World Order. He said it isn't, how do you say it? I'm trying to remember how he said it. He said, it's not surprising, we televise executions all day. So they might do that, man. Under draconian measures, they might televise executions. Why? You might say, well, why would they do that? To instill fear in the public. All right? So they very well may televise executions. And speaking of predictive programming, I would think that counts. That episode of, all of you Israelites out there, especially in GMS, you should watch that episode, The Obsolete Man, Twilight Zone episode.
The definition to summarily, in a few words. That's
Yeah,
what.
summarily. In other words, in military law,
Yeah.
if you're out in the field and the guy goes off, you got to put him to death on the spot. They showed you that in the movie Glory. But the main Edomite, what's his name? The white boy's name, Matthew Broderick. He was telling the Jakes what they can do and what they can't do. He said, if you don't do it, you're going to be summarily put to death. We're going to put you to death on the spot. Because in war, you can't be playing no games, brother. It's not the civilian world, it's the military world.
Right.
You know?
And remember, you brothers and you sisters out there, we're talking about Edomites, especially the top banking families. They have no problem shedding blood. It tells you that in Ezekiel, 35th chapter. If thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. That's the mentality of these top banking families. Blood, blood, blood. I mean, we're talking about people that have something called kill flicks. Flicks of people actually dying. Okay? Like 9/11, they had flicks of people, when the people were jumping out the building, they actually have films of that. And they get off on that, man. These top banking families, they love blood. They have no problem shedding blood. So when that time comes, they're going to pass them draconian measures. It's going to get severe as it gets. That's why David said in the spirit, protect my life from fear of the enemy. And that's our prayer. We want Yahweh Hashem Yahshua to protect us in those days. Send his angels to protect us, man. Because that's how crucial it's going to get. You watch, man. You guys think that this is going to keep going the way it is? No, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And we're warning you. We're sent to warn you. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua put the spirit on us to warn you. Ezekiel 3:17. You got something?
No, I just read the definition of summarily. You know, they got some synonyms. Some synonyms.
Well, we don't got to go on that. Let's go back to Psalms 64.
NLT. I'll read the second verse again. O Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, listen to my complaint. Protect my life from my enemies' threats. I mean, that's plain.
Mm-hmm.
Hide me from the plots of this evil mob. That's what we shared with you. Draconian measures, the guillotines, what else? The chip, making it mandatory. It's all part of his plot, man. It says, hide me from the plots of this evil mob, the top banking families who love blood. They're the evil mob. From the gang of wrongdoers. They sharpen their tongues like swords and aim their bitter words like arrows. They shoot from ambush at the innocent. We're the innocent. Okay? It says, attacking suddenly and fearlessly. Attacking suddenly and fearlessly. There's a thing called house-to-house search, door-to-door search.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So marvel not when those days come, when they send the troops, they surround the cities, they cordon off the cities, you have your roadblocks, the military curfew, your military roadblocks, Then the soldiers are going from house to house,
Yep.
not even knocking on doors. Maybe they might just kick the goddamn door down, drag you out. They showed you that in the movie Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale, the very first one.
Which is a movie, example of predictive programming.
Absolutely.
And they showed how they separated Jake men on one bus.
Oh yeah.
And they had Edomite women and they had Edomite males. And they separated them into work camps.
Yeah.
And that's what this series, what's the name of it? The Purge is all about.
Right.
That's predictive programming.
Yeah, like as Elder Pastor said, they put the mail in one truck and then they drew the mail sign. What was that? The arrow, the circle with the arrow. And then the female, the circle with the cross. And then the guy taps the truck. Okay, take off.
Yeah.
Where's he going? He's going to the work camps. Some of the people were fit for work camps. Some of them were just fit to be put to death. These are the days that's approaching. Reading on, it says they encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret. Who will ever notice? They ask. As they plot.
Yeah, who will ever notice? Because like I said, when they make these movies dealing with predictive programming, it's for the insiders, it's not for the regular person. The regular person sees everything as entertainment. Oh, it's just a movie.
Yeah.
The movie Gremlins showed you the Gremlins with Jake. And Jake didn't call out for racism, man. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, bro. All right.
Come on.
Yep. I'll read it again. Psalm 64:5, NLT. They encourage each other to do evil and plan. That's them top banking families, man. They meet, they have them secret society meetings.
Yep.
Yeah, one of them is the out there last 2 weeks of July in what's it? Sonoma County,
Right.
Bohemian Grove, where they get these presidents, secretaries of state, top lawyers, top actors, and they a lot of them are into faggoty shit. They're all a bunch of faggoty, except for really one, Richard Nixon. He could be a Jake.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he said all this so faggoty shit.
He said it's the most goddamn faggot.
He said it out like a man. He said it right. He said I ain't into all that faggoty shit.
Yeah.
And even this guy, what's his name? Not Alan Greenspan. He used to be a commentator on CNN. I believe Gergen.
Oh, yeah.
When Alex Jones rolled up on him.
Yeah. This is
He said, I
M.
go out, he said, I don't get naked. I don't get naked like them guys.
Yeah.
So there was certain motherfuckers that wasn't into that, man.
Yeah.
But there was many of them that was into that. You know?
And like Demond Wilson from Sanford and
So
Son.
you been watching his?
Yeah.
That dude was straight. Well, I didn't know.
I love his
Hey,
spirit.
brother, I didn't know that dude was from Harlem, man.
I love his
You know,
spirit.
he reminded me of Mahab when Mahab was young.
Yeah. I
He said,
love
look,
his
I'm
spirit.
from fucking love. He said, how old are you? How old are you? 35? Look, I got a suit. He said, I got a suit older than you. He said, don't be reading. He said, put that fucking shit down, man. Don't be reading. You read shit from the scriptures. Ask me, come from the heart. And then he was saying how the white boys, he got all on Norman Lear.
Yeah.
He said Norman Lear, he stole a lot of ideas from different motherfuckers, you know?
Yeah, he calls them bend over Billies.
Yeah, bend over Billy.
He said, look, I'm not a bend over Billy. Because the guy asked him, well, after 82, why did you just disappear from Hollywood? He explained to him. He said, look, then he said, there's a video where he said, all of your black actors, all of them are bend over
All
Billies.
of them.
He said, all of them,
yeah.
Damn.
All is coming out. T.D. Jakes, Puffy, Kevin, what's his name, bro? What's his name? Kevin, comedian, little short nigga.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
They said he's a freak. He's a freak.
Yeah.
He's a damn freak.
Yeah, I believe that.
But that's why he made it.
Yeah.
He'll do anything, man.
Oh, yeah.
Or there's something, I was looking it up. I was going to do a video on it. Was it Propophilia? Some of them big wigs in Hollywood, they're into something called propophilia.
Fucking against.
No, it's feces. where you shit, so for them to sexually get aroused, you shit on them. It's in Wikipedia. It's cropophilia, I think it's called. And I think the Greek word kropos means feces or shit.
Yeah, I was thinking of necrophilia.
Yeah,
Necrophilia means fucking a dead body.
Yeah.
And they do that too.
Matter of fact, if you want to look it up, bro, cropophilia. Go ahead, look
Yeah.
it up.
Don't look it up.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
that's
what it is.
that's some
Well,
foul
I'll show
shit.
you that we ain't making the shit.
Cut.
No pun intended.
No
Yeah,
pun
if we
intended.
say something, if we say something, you can bank on it.
Pun intended.
If you
Show
don't
we
believe
ain't
us,
making-
go to Google.
That's
Yeah.
it. It's worth the
We
We
ain't
Google.
look
making
these
shit
words
up.
up, right? We ain't Christians, all right?
So that's something they get into in big ways in Hollywood. So let's say you want to be a star in Hollywood and say, hey, you know, this guy over here, he gets off by you have to shit on him. You know? Or he shits on you.
Which means what? That they're a bunch of devils.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Normal people don't do that shit.
Yeah. You want to make it, this is how you make it. I went to acting school. I had a part in Shakespeare. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
So
well,
what?
you're gonna have to get a spare shook up your ass.
This is your best performance.
Time to make the donuts.
It's time to make it good, for real.
So what? You had a part
Yeah,
in
you
Shakespeare.
do all that studying, going to the schools and stuff.
yeah.
Then you find out with them parties, the Hollywood parties,
Yeah, yeah.
what it's really all about.
Yeah.
You got some guys. Who's that? Was it what's the name of that group? Six Mafia. What's the name of that group?
Oh, 3-6.
3-6.
Mafia, I
Right.
believe.
Right.
They told one of the brothers. They said you gotta take one for the team. Meaning they didn't all have to bend over, but one of them had to bend over to cover the rest of them. Hey man, they're coming out with all kind of stuff, man.
Yep.
They're getting ready to come out with the list, the black
yep.
book of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
Now I already know who's on the fucking book on the list. I already know, so it's not gonna be a surprise to me.
Right.
It's gonna be a surprise to y'all.
Quick precept. This is the book of Obadiah, the 1st chapter, the 6th verse. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought out? A great example is the behind the scenes of Hollywood, how to really become a star. Like I said, if you watch that Damon Wilson interview, Damon Wilson, and that's a straightforward guy. That's, you know, it's funny.
From Harlem.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, it's funny because in the series, Red Fox called him dummy. Guess who was the real dummy? Red Fox. He explained how Red Fox didn't pay his taxes. That's why when they made that move on Red Fox, they took everything. So who's the real dummy? At least Damon said, look, I paid my taxes. I paid this tax, I paid that tax. See?
And Red Fox is probably a Reubenite. You know, Reuben, they don't fuck with him. He's probably a Reubenite.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he looked like he had a kind of a gaddish look.
Yeah.
When he was young.
Yeah,
So
that's
he
true.
looked like a Gad-like features.
Yeah.
But that shows you how ironic these TVs and movies are. All right, because in the series, Red kept calling him dummy. But in real life, Damon Wilson is no fucking dummy. Okay, he's not a dummy. He's anything but. Right. The only thing is he don't know this truth. So in reality, he is a dummy. If you don't know this truth, then really you're a dummy.
Right.
Right? Yeah, so that was Obadiah 1:16. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought out? So that's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai on us to bring out all this information, the hidden things of Esau. Okay? Back to Psalm 64 and the 5th verse. It says, they encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret. Who will ever notice, they ask.
Well, who's going to notice? The ones whose eyes are open.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, there's a scripture where it says, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. That's 2 Corinthians 2:11.
And his major device is the mark of the beast.
Yeah?
So when it actually comes up, which I believe they're going to start to really push it 2024, sometime in 2024. They're going to start to push it because they want their agenda fulfilled, man. They want to reach that pinnacle. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Man, everybody got an agenda. Yahweh Shai got an agenda.
Right.
Well, they got to reach their agenda before the Most High comes. See,
Exactly.
If they're able to chip everybody, then the Most High can't. Let's say they're able to chip the 144,000, 1/3, then when the Most High come back, you can't save nobody because we made a choice
Yeah.
that we don't want. That's what it means. It's a digital all. When you go into the law of the all, it means I love my master and I want to stay with my master for life.
Yeah.
And he puts an oil in your ear, which is an earring, so you can understand.
Yeah.
And that's a symbol that you're under him for life. So the digital oil is when Esau puts that chip in you. So once you get that chip, so you got guys saying, oh, well, you can pull the chip out. No, hey, the oil that the master gives you, if it falls out, he put another oil in you, right? But the thing is, you making the initial thing to get the mark. You
Yeah.
can't get it, pull it out, all of a sudden you're good.
No, no.
It ain't gonna work that way.
You made a
Once
choice.
you made it, you signed your name in blood,
Yeah.
so to speak. You know?
Yeah, man. You made a choice. You said, no, this is
So
my
that's
master.
their right. So that's their plan. Their plan is to chip everybody, and then when the Lord come back, the Lord got to come down. He got to say, "Oh, everybody's chipped. I can't save them. I'm gonna go back to heaven," which that's not going to happen. You know, it goes into Elijah. And that he thought he was going to die because of that bitch Jezebel.
Right.
And the Lord had to come to him in a still voice and said, "Oh, do you know I have 7,000 that have not bowed the knee to Baal?" Because he thought he was the only one. And he thought he was going to get put to death. Prophets get scared nervous too because they're men.
Yeah.
He really thought they were going to put him to death. So he said, I have 7,000 prophets that have not bowed the knee to Baal. So how many prophets does he have that's not going to bow the knee to Baal? Starting with 144,000 and
Right.
1/3.
I've
So
appreciate-
we're in a situation, we're in a mindset now where if you can't get this, we're not going to bend over backwards to make you give.
Right.
We'll ask
Bend
you
over
to-
Billy.
Right, bend over Billy. We're not bend over Billy, right? We're going to tell you what the truth is.
Yeah.
Then you might not see it. We might show you a few things. If we see you can't get it, forget it. He's
We
dead.
moving on.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Move on. Like Yaquat said, if a nigga can't get it, we moving on. That's a good attitude to have.
Yeah.
Abba, my elder Abba said, he said, if they can't get it, just forget it. Just forget it. You know?
Yeah, even the Lord told us, pray not for this people. The Lord told that to the prophet Jeremiah, pray not for this people, because I have not accepted them. You know? Hey, when the Heavenly Father took out Saul, Samuel was all messed up. And then the Heavenly Father said to Samuel, how long you gonna moan for this thing? I rejected him, man. David is now the man. David's the
Samuel
man.
got emotional because he didn't love
Yeah.
the king. He loved the king. He had,
Yeah.
anytime the king had a problem, he'd run to him like that.
Yeah.
So there was they had a love for each other, man.
Yeah.
So he got emotional, which
Yeah.
prophets do, because we're in man's body.
Yeah,
My thoughts are higher than your thoughts.
yeah,
You know, was that Isaiah 55, I think it is?
yeah.
My thoughts are higher than yours, meaning my thoughts are higher than yours, the prophets. Because the prophets complain. And some of them got it, some of them it took a little nudging to make them get it, like Jonah. And it's all about the prophets anyway. When you come into this truth, you come into this truth to be a teacher. Not, oh, I like being around the ball. I like the way he pulls out the precepts. You know?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
we go hang out.
we be your
We ain't
best
about
buddy.
hanging out,
Yeah,
brother.
That's
yeah,
it,
be your
that's
best
it.
friend.
We about pushing this word out, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look, Apostle Ramadan been gone for what, more than 6 months? We don't even miss the Duke, man.
Ah,
He come back in this,
Come back,
in this
he
life. That's it, man. That's all there is to it.
we doing the work. We doing the
That's
work.
it, that's
There's
it.
work to be done, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you go on a job site. Ain't nobody. You see carpenters on a job site building the building. Ain't nobody hugging each other, man.
No.
This guy building a wall over here. This guy doing this. Everybody's their mindset's on the work. Watch the Edomites on the job.
If you're slacking, they fire you.
Yeah, they don't play with you. They say you can't do the work. Hey, we're gonna get somebody else to be able to. We got a job to do. We got a house to build. So that's what we're doing, man.
I have a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. It says, because you were talking about Esau has a plan. Yahushua also has a plan, right? So this is Job 5 and 12. It says,
Everybody got an agenda.
An agenda is a good word.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
There you go.
Right, and one of his main devices is the MOTV. Now we say it so much, and we say it repetitively because the Lord is repetitive.
Really,
repetitive.
Really,
You
his
know?
main, that's part of his main. Really, his main device is the New World Order.
Right,
That's
right,
what it's all about with this devil.
right, right. The image.
Order, Secloria,
His
the
image.
New
Right.
Order of the ages. And in this new world order, he's going to be the total ruler, and everybody's going to bow down to him. That's what he thinks.
Yep. He is talking about Yahweh. Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai, right? He disappointed the devices of the crafty. The crafty is Esau Edom with his secret societies, thinking that he could do it. Like you just read there in Psalm 64, thinking they could do things and nobody's seeing them. But there's a big spotlight on Esau, you know?
Well, you know what was their undoing?
Yeah.
The internet.
Yeah.
That's why Jay Rockefeller made a statement. He said the internet should have never been invented.
I know. I have been.
He said,
Oh, you was thinking?
I've been looking back, you know, yeah. Yeah, I ain't trusting.
oh yeah,
Yeah, one looked like a damn vulture. He was sitting on the thing.
Yeah, they all went black.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
talking all loud.
So, Senator Jay Rockefeller, he said the internet should have never been invented. Now, why would he say that? Because the internet is revealing a lot of the secrets of these devils, man.
Right.
All right?
Yep, they can't control it.
They can't, and yeah, that's why a few years ago they had some PIPA and you know, some of those.
The laws, which they're gonna put out. Oh, they got a new one. Who did that video? Ben mentioned it. I think it was Yashwamba, Brother Yashwamba in Dallas. He did it, and I did a little thing on top of it. I believe it was him, or it could have been Zach or whatever. But anyway, he had put out. It was him, Yashwamba. He had put out a video starting January 1st. I believe it's T-Mobile, if I'm not mistaken, that if you text something and it's hate, it's hate, they deem it as being a hate text, they're going to fine you $500.
Wow.
There comes the draconian measures.
Ain't that something?
No, but that's draconian.
Yeah.
That's scripted. That's got to happen. That's prophecy.
Right.
Hey, so your attitude might be, oh, well, I'll go with this group. I'll go with, guess what? It's going to follow suit. All of them are going to do it.
That ain't nothing.